Ever notice how you say it's fine when it's clearly not fine? Or how you read a room like it's written in subtitles only you can see? That's not magic. That's damage dressed as instinct. You didn't become this sharp, this self-aware, this quietly tired by accident. You were trained for it, probably by people who should have loved you but mostly loved themselves. If that hit a nerve, stay here a moment. Because if you grew up with narcissistic parents, you didn't just survive your childhood. You walked out with 3 traits that confuse most people, exhaust you daily, and secretly make you one of the most emotionally intelligent creatures walking this earth. Let's peel them apart. First, there's the radar. Not the kind airports use, but the kind that hums in your chest even when everything looks peaceful. It's the something's off sense that you can't explain. Kids who grow up with narcissistic parents develop this naturally, because every sigh, every slammed door, every shift in tone used to decide the kind of day you'd have. You learn to listen beyond words. You learn to watch faces like weather forecasts. It's both a blessing and a curse. You can read people faster than they can finish saying hello. You spot fake smiles, hidden agendas, and small betrayals that others miss entirely. You'd make an incredible detective or therapist, if only it didn't drain you to the bone. Because living on high alert is like keeping every app on your brain running 24/7. It's no wonder you're tired. But here's the twist most people don't see. You're not paranoid, you're prepared. That sharp awareness, it's proof that you adapted to survive chaos. You now have something most people spend decades in therapy trying to develop, intuition that's actually accurate. Still, remember this. You don't have to scan every room anymore. You're allowed to breathe even when nothing's burning. Now, let's talk about your second trait, the chameleon mask. You didn't choose it, you built it, piece by piece. As a kid, you learned that who you really were didn't fit the script. Maybe you were too quiet, too sensitive, too opinionated, or too emotional. So you learned to adjust, to shrink, to twist yourself into versions that kept the peace. You became a shapeshifter long before you even knew the word existed. Around one parent, you were the golden child. Around the other, the invisible one. Around strangers, the performer. And after a while, the act became muscle memory. You could blend into any crowd, any job, any friendship. You read people, matched their energy, and mirrored their moods before they even noticed. But here's the lonely part. Sometimes you stand in front of a mirror and realize you've spent so much time being who others needed, you barely recognize who you are. It's a strange emptiness, like being a guest in your own skin. The good news is that adaptability that once protected you can now work for you. You can walk into any environment and thrive. You can reinvent yourself in ways others can't even imagine. The key is learning to wear your real face again, the one that never needed anyone's permission. And if that feels terrifying, good. That's how freedom feels at first. If you're watching this right now, here's a question. Have you ever caught yourself pretending to be fine just so nobody worries? Drop a yes in the comments if that's you. It's time we stop pretending is normal. Now, for the third trait, survival work ethic. You weren't just raised to work hard. You were raised to earn love through performance. Failure wasn't feedback. It was punishment. Rest was guilt. And comfort, something you had to deserve. So you became the best, the fastest, the one who never stopped moving. Because stopping meant thinking, and thinking meant feeling, and feeling was dangerous in your house. That survival hustle turned you into an unstoppable force. You can juggle a dozen things while others crumble under one. You meet deadlines that look impossible and still find time to help everyone else. The world calls it grind, but you know it's more than that. It's survival dressed as ambition. The danger, though, is that you don't know how to rest. Even when you're exhausted, something in your brain whispers, "Don't stop, they'll see you fail." You measure your worth by output. You wear burnout like a badge of honor. And when someone tells you to relax, it almost feels insulting because rest feels unsafe. But here's the truth you probably never heard. You don't have to earn rest. You deserve it by existing. You've already done the hard part, surviving. The next step is learning how to live. That means choosing softness over speed, peace over productivity. It means understanding that you don't need to fight for your place in the world anymore. You've already carved it out by simply staying alive through things that could have broken you. And if you still doubt that, remember this real story. In 2016, a woman named Lizzie Velasquez, born with a rare condition that prevented her from gaining weight, was once labeled online as the world's ugliest woman. Her parents, deeply self-absorbed and emotionally distant, rarely defended her. She learned early that approval would never come, but instead of collapsing under the cruelty, she built resilience that stunned the world. Today, Lizzie is a motivational speaker who travels the globe teaching others about kindness and self-acceptance. She turned her pain into her power, and so can you. That's the hidden message of every child who grew up under narcissistic parents. You were trained in chaos, but you learned control. You were taught to fear love, but you still crave it. You were raised in emotional drought, but you became someone who waters others. So let's sum this up, not as a list, but as truths you've lived. You see everything? That's your radar. You become anyone? That's your mask. You survive everything? That's your work ethic. Each of these can destroy you or build you into something extraordinary. The choice isn't about forgetting your past, it's about using it as material to build a new one. You might think you're broken, but you're not. You're forged, like steel through fire. You're the kind of person who makes strength look effortless, but don't forget to let people see your humanity too. So, next time someone underestimates you, don't waste time proving yourself. Just smile, because they have no idea what it takes to carry a childhood like yours and still wake up with hope. And if no one's told you lately, your sensitivity is not weakness, your awareness is not paranoia, and your need for peace is not selfish. It's the universe's way of saying you've done enough surviving. It's time to live. Before you scroll away, I want you to do something. Drop one word in the comments that describes what you're learning about yourself lately. Your story might just help someone else feel less alone. And if you felt even a tiny spark of truth in this video, don't just move on, commit. Subscribe, stay with the channel, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because healing doesn't happen in silence, it happens in community. You've already proven you can survive storms. Now it's time to learn how to enjoy the sunlight.